Bit of a late start, back at Central. We're on an Explorer today. We're going to Bellata, least used station on the northwest region. There we are, Bellata. Once again, the only one on or off. And once again, a very, very sad station. We've got an up-to-date track work poster. So, you know, there's that, and there's a timetable that's very faded. I'm not convinced this is up-to-date. There's a Sydney Trains pesticide notification. Because, of course, Sydney Trains do the maintenance for all these regional stations, I believe. Bellata! Yeah, there's not a huge amount going on here. There's a little passing loop. And a grain siding. Is there a grain loader down there? I think there is. Yeah, there's a grain loader or two. And a little siding. In the very remaining light, the sun has actually disappeared below the horizon. I'll show you around. They've got a Explorer car stop and the remnants of a platform that was there. A tiny little shed with our stuff in it. Apparently, it's a hearing loop here. We've got speakers, so there might be an announcement. I'm not sure. Apparently, constant electronic surveillance. I don't quite know how, but you know, we'll see. Car markers painted onto the platform, and then that's sort of it. I was under the impression that Inland Rail had changed this a bit, but that does not seem to be the case. I'm gonna do more stuff tomorrow morning because there is not enough sunlight to do any pieces to camera today. As you might have expected, I need to stay the night. Unfortunately, because this town is very small, there is no overnight accommodation. So I now have to make the long walk to the golf club, which has a public camping site. I'm in a tent. If I can figure out how to cross this. I think this is like the Newell Highway or the New England Highway or something like that. I guess there's a crossing down here that I'm supposed to use. We have a look. A little picnic area. No horse riding, prohibited. We've got this lovely footpath here to a lovely crossing that is entirely paint. Absolutely no protection of any real kind. Like painted curb build-outs. That's crazy. Got a post office that's closed and a petrol station. There's not a huge amount going on. There's a lot of birds. Jesus Christ. A lot of birds. What I've meant to say at both you and Gunning is that the seat maquettes on regional trains are the same as the seat maquettes used in Sydney, except, you know in Sydney how they've got those little yellow patches on the maquette? On regional trains in first class, the yellow becomes red, and in second class, it becomes this sort of teal colour. So it's the same maquette, which is cool. I came up here in first class because they were doing a deal and it was like $2 extra to upgrade. So I spent my $2. I had to kick someone out of my seat. There was someone in my seat who I ejected, and then she promptly fucked off I don't know where. So I had a window seat to myself, obviously, and then the seat next to me was also free, which was nice. Saw the train divide at Werris Creek. That was cool. Only 2 places that happens on the regional system. It happens a bit on the intercity trains, but only at Werris Creek for the Northwest Tablelands Express, where the Moree Armidale service divides, and then also at Goulburn, where the twice weekly Griffith detaches from the midday Canberra.
You idiot. It's actually the morning Canberra.
But the whole line through Bellata is supposedly going to be or has been upgraded as part of Inland Rail. I'd read lots of stuff about how the station was being rebuilt, but it does not look like a rebuilt station to me. So, who knows? I have arrived. I don't know where I'm supposed to camp, but I'll figure it out. It's night time. I'm in the tent. I'm not going to show you how I put the tent up. I'll show you that in the next video. I'm just going to go to sleep because I'm not feeling very well. I think I've eaten something dodgy recently. Maybe train food, maybe not. Maybe it's just all the travelling catching up to me. But I'm having some problems, to put it lightly. So I'm just going to try and sleep it off and hope that I'm able to sleep. And then wake up early tomorrow morning, walk back to the train station, and then jump back on the train. Fortunately, the train is quite early tomorrow morning, which I sort of dread when I'm in Sydney, because I have to wake up really early and I have to get out of my bed really early, but here I'm in a tent. If I just sleep now, then I'll be able to wake up earlier. So the train's at 8:30, I plan to sort of go to bed, wake up maybe 7-ish, and then I can pack the tent down, wander back over to the station, fly the drone around a bit, and then do some pieces to camera, and then go on the train. Hopefully I can get all that done within the hour and a half, and that way I'm not wasting much time. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. It's the morning. I've had better night's sleep, but I can take that. It's supposedly quite cold. I'm just wearing a t-shirt at the moment, but I'm going to put a jacket on soon. I'm going to pack up, and then let's get moving. Everything inside's done. Now I've just got to take the tent down. Leave no trace. There's a dog. But I'm going to leave. And I've put on my big European jacket. It's normally reserved for European winters only, but it is almost freezing. So I've made an exception. That is frost, not dew. Actual frost. Which I did not think I'd see in the Northwest Tablelands. We're approaching my favourite crossing again. This is so bad urban design. I mean, not that there's any urban consideration gone into building this road, but to have this massive road run right in the middle of this, well, I guess not quite in the middle, it's on the side, but anyone who wants to get to the station has to cross it, and there's no easy way of doing that other than hoping, praying and running, especially when you've got these fucking B doubles coming at you. It's awful. And here is the station again. Got 20 minutes until the train arrives. That should be just enough time. Right, the all-important sheet. So Bellata, at the 2021 census, had a population of 266. It's got one train in each direction in each day, so it's reasonably well served. The train is the Moree Explorer. It goes that way in the evening and this way in the morning. It's a request stop, as with all of these ones, so if you're booked here, they'll stop, and if you're booked to be collected here, they'll stop. But they will also stop if someone's on the platform, because apparently you can book regional seats on the train in a pinch. Try your luck at that if you want. It opened in 1897 and 370 people use it every year, which makes it the 5th least used in New South Wales and the least used station on the northwest region. That's roughly 1 person for every 2nd train, so it's about the same per train as Gunning, except that Gunning is served twice as much. It's a single platform on the main line here, and there's a 700-metre long grain loop, although I can't imagine that gets much use because it's very overgrown and the rails are completely rusted over. I can't find any information about the original station building here, despite quite a lot of looking, especially on Facebook. But it was just a weatherboard shed. There wasn't any elaborate station building like there have been at some of the other ones. You know, you and Guy had a very elaborate station building. The one we're going to next fortnight had quite an elaborate station building, but this one never really did. So at some point that just got knocked down and replaced with this. It's even worse than you and Guy. It's got, you know, I guess it's got proper walls on the side, but what the fuck is this? We don't even have any CountryLink benches here. There's not even any proper station signs, just the really old ones. And this section from Narrabri all the way up to North Star, which is that way out past Moree, has been upgraded because it will form part of Inland Rail. I've done everything that I wanted to do. Train arrives from that direction very soon. There's a lot of trucks around. I realised on the train that I may or may not have forgotten to record an outro. So I thought, now I'm at Hornsby, I've just jumped off, I've got the entire carriage to myself. So I thought I'd say thank you so much for watching. There's just one more left. You probably already know what it is. I'm not looking forward to it. I've been travelling so much, I'm ruined. It's ruined me. I've got to do it. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my members, as always, and I'll see you in Darnick.